Federal terrorism charges could be filed soon against the bombing suspect, Jakar Tsarnaev, even before he's out of the hospital. That, according to a U.S. Justice Department official. Already, though, the case is raising some pretty complex legal issues. Let's bring in our legal guys right now. Avery Friedman is a civil rights attorney, law professor. He's joining us from Tampa. Richard Herman is a New York criminal defense attorney, a law professor as well. He's joining us from Las Vegas. Guys, thanks very much for coming in. Let's start with the fact that the government did not read the suspect his Miranda rights, invoking something called the public safety exception. Richard, do you agree?
Well, Wolf, I do think he should be Mirandized, but we've heard interviews you've had earlier today where Justice Department is saying they don't care what he says. They can convict this guy right now on all the evidence they have against him. So if they don't care, read him his Miranda rights. The reason there's an exception here is when law enforcement feels there is reasonably and objectively a clear and present danger to themselves or to the public, they have a limited window where they can interrogate him by FBI, CIA, and other Justice Department officials. They can interrogate. This guy, I think, is still in the hospital. I think he's probably half dead right now. I don't know if he's going to say anything.
Tsarnaev is a naturalized American citizen, 19 years old. He was naturalized last September 11th. Two prominent senators, now a third, actually, including John McCain and Lindsey Graham, they have suggested that he should be treated as an enemy combatant. And let me read from the statement that they and others have just released. Put it up on the screen. The suspect, based upon his actions, clearly is a good candidate for enemy combatant status. We do not want this suspect to remain silent. We are encouraged. Our high-value detainee interrogation team, HIG, is now involved in working to gather intelligence about how these terrible acts were committed and possibly the possibility of future attacks. A decision to not read Miranda rights to the suspect was sound and in our national security interest, but they go one step further and say he shouldn't be tried as a normal U.S. citizen, but as an enemy combatant. What do you say to Senator McCain, Senator Lindsey Graham, Senator Kelly Ayotte, Peter King of the House Intelligence Committee, who all four of them have issued this statement? Richard, what do you think?
This does not belong in a military tribunal in Guantanamo. The good people of the state of Massachusetts deserve the right to have him tried in federal district court. He will be charged on federal terrorism charges. He will be facing the death penalty, and he will get the death penalty if he survives these next few days.
Avery Friedman, Richard Herman, guys, thanks as usual for showing up and joining us. Up next, I'll speak with the president of the Boston City Council. His story is truly amazing. You're going to find out why a high heel may have saved his life. This is CNN Special Live coverage. We're in Boston.